Week 3 games underway here in the Pac-16 Team Builder Conference Dynasty. Welcome back, everybody. Albuquerque will be headed out here to Vegas State. Second time that we've seen the Banditos here in gameplay. Albuquerque, of course, with a big-time offense led out by Fernando Bourgeois, Jair Ortiz, Alejandro Garcia. They got a ton of playmakers here on this offense. We'll see how they fare on the road against another Pac-16 opponent here in Vegas State. 3rd down and 7. Bourgeois going to be hit pretty hard there. Able to get that throw off, only a gain about 2. It is 4th down and 5. And they're going to attempt a 58-yard field goal. Holy mother. Are you going to actually do this? Kick is up, and it is just a little bit short. I think if he had just a little bit more green on that arrow, a little bit more power, I think he would have gotten it. And that was a 58-yard attempt there. 3rd down and 9. Vegas State trying to move the chains, not going to pick it up. Jordan Weatherholt, the quarterback, checking it down on the drag route to the tight end. Just couldn't pick up those extra 2 yards that they needed. Vegas State will be in position to kick that field goal, going up 3-0 over the Arrows. Bourgeois in the offense. Big drop back. Big throw to the right sideline. Not enough for a touchdown. Down at the 1-yard line is Jair Ortiz. Great throw. Great catch. Little handoff here at the 1. That is a touchdown. However, Ellington, the tight end, is going to get called for a hold. So they will be moving on back, and they'll start this thing at the 10-yard line. So 1st and goal at the 10. Bourgeois stepping up into the pocket. Nice throw. Good catch. Touchdown. Arrows. That's Israel King. Another custom wide receiver there for the Albuquerque Arrows. 7-3 game here. Big sack. Rome is going to drop Weatherholt. He's down for a 6-yard loss. 3rd and 16 now, as the Banditos try to find a way out of this little hole here, trying to pick up the 1st down, but it is going to be intercepted. That's Anthonyson. He's down the right sideline. Got one man to beat, but Weatherholt able to catch him. Good job saving that from being a pick 6. So they got to hope that their defense can hold. Tough task here for the Banditos defense. This is a top 5 offense with the Albuquerque Arrows here. Bourgeois rolling out to the right. Alejandro Garcia is making the catch. And they're going to say that he got in. They got the ball over the plane. That's another touchdown here for Garcia. But they will review this, and it does get called back. So they got a 3rd and goal situation here at the 1. It looks like they might end up just giving Garcia the call here anyway. They do. A little handoff here. Garcia's in this time, so he will get credited with the touchdown either way. Kid just keeps making plays, man. True freshman. It's going to be a problem for a long time to come. So after the score, Banditos get the ball back here on the kickoff. However, they give it right back to the Arrows after a fumble. Big hit by Ray Sharp, and then a handoff here. Another touchdown for the Albuquerque Arrows. Again, guys, this offense is just, it's just firing on all cylinders. Like, they're going to be so tough to stop for years to come. It just depends on the recruiting, doesn't it? They have a good base roster set right now. Are they going to be able to continue the success moving forward? We'll have to find out. But Endicott with a nice catch, and then another touchdown here. But this time scored by Vegas State. Okay, they're on the board with a touchdown. Finally. Weatherholt is on the board. Jackson Kazmarek, the senior tight end. So it's 21-10. Bourgeois stepping up, takes a big hit, delivers a perfect ball. Perfect pass. At the 2, 2nd and goal. Got a little wide camera angle. Now I'm kind of seeing how Dalton loves to play. He wants to be able to see those routes rather than trust those routes. Ortiz with a touchdown. It's 28-10. Little read option play here. Little check down to the left. Nice catch. Good throw. Good run after the catch as well. Another nice throw by Weatherholt. And that's a touchdown for Vegas State. They are one of these CPU teams that I feel like has a really good playbook. Couldn't tell you exactly which one that they're using. Daquan Sash, they're a sophomore with the touchdown. But they're hanging in here with a high-powered offense in the Albuquerque Arrows here. 28-17. Nice little move right there. Another move, the spin. Whew, they can run it, they can throw it, they can do so much. Nice job there by the Arrows offense. 3rd down and goal here at the 3-yard line, and a little screen, I guess. A little tight end screen. They're not going to get much there. So Kent Seymour does make that grab. He's now got 2 catches on the game. They'll settle for a field goal. 31-17 score. Weatherholt and the Banditos, they got to find a way to get this offense moving here. They got to get us some stops, get back in this football game. It is late in the 3rd quarter. They're not going to get that done here on this possession. They'll have to punt it away. And why do we show special teams, guys? Why do we do that? Well, depending on who you're rooting for, good things will happen. Garcia down the numbers, headed towards the sidelines, and the pylon, no one's going to catch him. He is way gone, blowing out everyone on his path to the end zone. Another special teams score by Alejandro Garcia. He's a freshman. He's a freshman. There's only been a couple uploads here, guys, but I keep having to mention it. I keep wanting to let you know who's who in this conference. Garcia is one of the best players. He's at least one of the most productive freshmen that we've seen. That's a big-time catch by Endicott, and that's another touchdown for Vegas State. So they're hanging in here. They keep getting punched in the mouth. They keep punching right back. 3rd down and 10. Pass will be caught, and they finally get a stop here early in the 4th quarter. So the Arrows will have to give up the football here. Vegas State, great pass. No one's going to touch Daquan Sash. He's gone. Touchdown Banditos. Are we going to get an upset here? Whew, the speed, the gun from Jordan Weatherholt. Take one more look at that. Clean pocket, good throw, wide open receiver, and literally no one touched him at all. No one got a hand on his jersey. Unbelievable. So down a touchdown somehow, some way. 38-31. Bourgeois, 3rd and 7. They'll go screen pass and only pick up 2. So here come the Banditos. 1st and 10, just outside of the 2-minute warning. That's going to be a first down. Big-time catch, big hit as well. Vegas State will end up calling a timeout here. They got to utilize these smartly. They got to use these intelligently. 2-minute warning right here with 2 timeouts left. Big hit put on Weatherholt. May have been a fumble. Refs are not going to say so, though. 3rd and 13. Weatherholt, they need a big first down. Play action. Toss out to the left. They were going for the end zone, but it is picked off. We could have another pick 6. We get a lot of those in this series, don't we? It's intercepted. That should be the game. Sperling in coverage, in zone coverage. He was in the end zone. He read it perfectly, came in. He broke on the football. Perfect move. Weatherholt had to make something happen there. There it is. Had to make something happen. Go to the end zone. Couldn't get it done. So about a minute left, and Bourgeois fumbles the ball. Instead of just trying to run the clock out, they don't have any timeouts left, guys. Vegas State has no timeouts. They try to throw the football to ice the game. Bourgeois fumbles, and now the Vegas State Banditos are in business here. Oh, 3rd and 10. Pass will be dropped. 4th down and 10. This is the last play of the game, potentially for Vegas State, and they'd somehow, some way come through. They'll end up spiking the ball here. 2nd and 10. Weatherholt scanning the field. Just got to throw it out of bounds. We could have a classic finish here. Throw out to the right sideline. Psychic defense by the cornerback there to deflect it. 4th and 10. Last play again here for the Banditos. Can they convert? Got to make something happen, and it's picked off yet again. Weatherholt finds the defense and not the offense. Tough loss there by Vegas State, but man, was it a nail-biter towards the end. Albuquerque, I don't know. They've shown some flashes how good that they can be. And then there was some moments here in this game where it just kind of showed out that maybe they might be a team that gets upset along the way. We'll have to kind of keep tabs on Albuquerque and the rest of their season. But Weatherholt, 4 touchdowns today, 3 picks. And Bourgeois didn't really have as many yards as he normally does. They tried to work in the running game a little bit more. You can see how we had Harris and Garcia. Bourgeois got in on some runs as well. Not a ton of reception going around. for the receivers there as well. But again, a really big game for Alejandro Garcia in more ways than one. Weatherholt, I thought he played admirably. You know, he gave up those couple of those interceptions in the game, but you know, as a CPU quarterback on All-American difficulty, they're going to throw interceptions. So I feel like I need to talk to the guys here moving forward that maybe, possibly, we just consider reworking the pass coverage for the user, lower down interceptions for the user. There's just way too many picks, you know? And I just feel like maybe that's something we might want to do for Season 2. But all right, let's move on to the next matchup here tonight. We've got the Santa Fe State Roadrunners heading out to California to take on the Fresno A&D Artists. This is a big user versus user matchup. Myself against Keneal. You know, anytime you go up against a user, it's like a championship game. It really is. Not so much for the smack talk and the banter, but simply because against the CPU, you can kind of get into a little bit of a pattern where you're calling the same plays and things just work all the time, right? But against a user, things are a lot different. Presents a little bit different of a challenge. Like this, they are bringing the house on that run play to Jaden Edwards-George. So 2nd and 5, they're going to blitz again, but JEG is there. Good blocking out front by Jose Montero, and that is a touchdown. First of the ball game here. Jaden Edwards-George takes it home, 7-0 Santa Fe State. Now, Magic Hendricks, he has had some issues with fumbleitis. So we want him to run a little bit, honestly. I want to get him out of the pocket. I want him to get a little bit uncomfortable there. Like right here, I want him to get him out of the pocket. I want him to make mistakes here. Almost picked off. Somehow, some way, it is caught for a big catch and run. And then we do not sell out for the run here. We thought they were going to throw yet again. They hand it off to Jaden Parker. And he's going to take another handoff here, getting some really tough yards. Going to be down at the 1-yard line. And then a little QB sneak on 2nd and goal. And the Artists will tie this baby up 7-all. And I'm sure that Hendricks is really soaking this up, putting all the writers in their place a little bit. You know, it's not Santa Fe State that said this. It's the writers that did not think that he was one of the best quarterbacks in the conference. So he's really taking that to heart, and he's really wanting to show out here against a pretty good team in Santa Fe State, right? 1st down and 10 after Ricketts almost throws an INT. DiPolito is going to be there, sacking Magic back there for 11 yards. It's now going to be 2nd down and 21. Make sure that you know what this situation is. 2nd and 21. Hendricks fires it up the middle, and it's caught. 1st down. How? We had so many people there. I was almost picked off. And he somehow just fits it in with the catch. Jaden Parker going nowhere. Little miscommunication right there. Santa Fe State will get the TFL. It's going to be 2nd and 14. We got another situation with a 2nd and long. 2nd and negative yards. Deep shot. Granger is there, but he can't play the football. Not enough speed. It's a touchdown for Fresno. A&D, as Keneal would like to say. He just couldn't catch up. It was a perfectly thrown football by Hendricks. Now, we've got Jaden Edwards-George wide open, but he runs into his teammate. The 2 freshmen colliding here on the same route. J.D. Weeks runs into Jeg, and Coco Bop comes through with the interception. 14-7 game. Hendricks rolling out to his left, and he's going to fire deep down the sidelines. That's another pitch and catch for a touchdown. Another deep bomb by this Artist offense. This is unbelievable. They keep challenging us deep. These medium to deep throws we can't really handle. We can't hang in there, it seems. So we're now down by 14 points. 2 scores late in the 2nd quarter. We got to find a way here to get another touchdown. We can't be kicking field goals, but it's now going to be 4th down and 1 as Brubaker is just going to be a little short. They're not going to give him the spot. So we are going to go for this thing. Otherwise, I feel like this game is pretty much over, and our right guard is going to go false starting on us. Unbelievable here. So we do get pushed back. I don't really like the down and distance, so we will have to settle for the field goals. Not really what I wanted to do right there. I wanted to get a touchdown. but you got to roll with the punches here. 21-10, and oh, what? Hendricks with a little flip of the football here up the middle. How did he do that? How did he get enough strength on that? He's just magic. He's magic, but on the replay, it shows that he was actually throwing it overhand. It seemed like in the live gameplay, he was throwing it like sidearm, you know, or like a shovel pass a little bit. So first and goal, we're going to try to bring some pressure on Hendricks, and it looks like Gregory Bryant is there. He got him. Freshman attacking the freshman. That's 2 sacks now for Bryant. It's going to push him now to second and goal at about the 15, maybe the 16-yard line here. That's a pass to the end zone, and somehow it's caught. What? The dive in the end zone. Unbelievable catch. Like, great anticipation throw. Like, let's give credit where credit's due with the throw, but that's an unbelievable grab by the receiver. Unbelievable. Deep bomb. We got to play catch-up here. Down by 18 points. Looking for Roy Calico, and Ricketts is going to underthrow him just a little bit. And Pruitt is going to pick it off. It's another turnover for the Roadrunners, and it's just not looking good right now, guys. Early in the fourth quarter. 4:42 left to go. Hendricks going to fire it up the middle, but it's going to be intercepted by Tommy Cope. He's got a couple guys to beat here. He's dead to rights. He's going to get out at about the 30-yard line. But Tommy Cope coming up with a huge interception. Maybe that gives us a little bit of new life for our offense here. Ricketts with 4:33 left to go. Deep drop back. Going to fire out here. Little slant to J.D. Weeks. He's going to turn and burn. Oh, a little juke move going to get dropped at about the 10-yard line. We'll jump to a 3rd and 2 situation. They're going to bring blitzing on the outside, but Ricketts fires it to the end zone. He's got J.D. Weeks for the score. It's 6 more points for the Roadrunners, but again, we do find ourselves down by double digits. We got to find a way here to get another stop and another score, and we got a little trickery here. We want to go down by 10. Winthrop, oh, what a throw by the kicker. We get the 2-point conversion. 1st and 10. Gotta find a way to stuff these guys. Stop them. Get a stop. 2nd and 11. Wide open spaces on the left side. But Hendricks is dropped by Tyshawn Powers. What an incredible play defensively by him to potentially get these guys off the field. And we will do just that. So they knew that we had the 2-minute warning in the bag. So we do call a timeout here, guys. So we're down by 10. We will get a stoppage of play here with the 2-minute warning. Calico receives the punt. And why do we show special teams, everybody? You know it, because good things happen. Calico gets us inside the red zone, and then the clock stops with the 2-minute warning. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Down by 10 points, 2 minutes on the clock. Here we go. Ricketts dropping back. Going to fire up the middle. A little dink and dunk. DK Horn with the 1st down. We're going to hurry it up here. 1st down and goal. Oh, we got something here on the left side. His man got tripped up. Ricketts bust off 3 tackles to the end zone. Touchdown. Santa Fe State. 28-25 with the extra point. Ricketts putting the team on his back right now. Love that. 3rd and 2 situation. 52 seconds. What are the artists going to call here? They're going to go for a pass. We're going to bring the pressure on Hendricks. He goes down. We'll call a timeout. We got none left. But we will get the ball back with 20 seconds left, guys. Not quite to midfield, but we got a chance to win this game. Maybe tie it here with a field goal. But really good defense. Nothing was open down the field. Nothing was open on the sidelines. 4th down and 6 situation. We need to go to our playmaker here. We're looking for J.D. Weeks, DK Horn, somebody here. Ricketts, no pressure at all, but we got contact here after 5 yards. And there's no call. Take a look right up top on your screen. Look at, we got contact. And there's no call for pass interference. We don't even get an opportunity. Ugh. That one hurts. That loss hurts. I go back to the turnovers. That's what cost us this game. And the missed opportunities on defense. We had Magic Hendricks kind of dead to rights in some sense. There were some plays there that we could have made a play on the football. We could have picked them off more than just the one time that we did. So there were opportunities for Santa Fe State. Don't turn the ball over, force some turnovers, right? It always comes down to that. But 2 interceptions for Ricketts today, 1 on the deep bomb. I don't really blame him for that one. But the other one, where we were we had the perfect play call, but for whatever reason, J.D. Weeks wasn't even on a deep route. But for some reason, he was following where the ball was going to be. He was following Edwards-George, and that contact between the two forced that interception. So, yeah, there was you just go back and look at the film, and you look at some of those opportunities that we had to win this game. I'm just surprised that we came back the way we did, right? Only losing by 3. So I kind of want a little revenge here on Keneal. Just a little bit. I want some revenge. I'm looking forward to facing him or Albuquerque in the Pac-16 Conference Championship game, right? But there's a long way to go until that happens. There could be some upsets along the way, right? There's never a guarantee. We still got some good teams across the way here in this Pac-16 conference. But Edwards-George might be vying to be the lead back from this point forward. Lee Brubaker doesn't have enough burst. He doesn't have enough of that athleticism that I'm looking for at that running back position. We do like to throw screens. We like to get the running backs involved, right? And I just think that maybe Edwards-George provides that spark that Brubaker does not. So this is something that's going to be developing here as the season goes on. But yeah, Santa Fe State with a tough loss. Fresno A&D with a really, really nice win. So let's head on out here to Colorado A&T against the Northern Utah Golden Swarm. We got Elijah Spears chucking it deep from the 1-yard line. Not where the ball was spotted, but literally where his foot was when he released the ball. That's an incredible throw down the sidelines. 7-0 early here for Colorado A&T. The Sonics taking the lead here on the Golden Swarm. We know what the issues for the Golden Swarm have been. It's been the pick sixes. It's been the turnovers. It's been the interceptions. 3rd down and long here. Here's a little check down, little drag, and we've got a touchdown. A little response score by Northern Utah. This is kind of cool matchup. I like it. I like to see it. This is the first time that we've seen the Sonics here in gameplay, and I love the fact that we're getting it at home as well. Here's a throw to the end zone, and oh, what a catch. What a beautiful throw that was. Nice little anticipation route, but an even better catch. A little contact there too. Myron Kendricks seems to be a favorite here for this Golden Swarm offense, and he's proving that he should be. He's Mr. Reliable. 2nd down and 12 with a 14-7 deficit for the Sonics, and Elijah Spears is going to go down. That's Woods. Look how big this dude is. My God. He's hitting him with the too small. I mean, Spears is kind of a smaller quarterback, so that is kind of funny. But 3rd down and 17. More pressure on Spears, and he tries to fire this deep, but he fires it short. And it's a pick 6 for the Golden Swarm. Hey, there we go. It's like they're learning. They're turning it around here. They're turning it on the other team. No more pick 6s for them. We want interceptions for us. We want defensive stops for us this time. Another interception by Spears. That's number 2 on the ball game, and he's looking around like, man, it's like getting that Sam Darnold thing going on. I'm seeing ghosts. Spears, though, does come back. He does fire it deep again to the left side. That's another touchdown by Rashad Winfield, the upperclassman. It is 24-14. And as we're nearing the end of the 2nd quarter here, about 20 seconds left, and thrown to the sideline, that's another interception. The Golden Swarm have 2 pick 6s on defense, not for their offense. Harvey gets it done, gets another touchdown on the board for Northern Utah. Spears now has 3 interceptions in the first half. So as we jump ahead here to the next quarter, the 3rd quarter, we got another score by Myron Kendricks. And look at this connection that Novak and Kendricks have. That was another anticipation route. He knew exactly when to throw that ball on the break. It's a great throw, great catch, good touchdown, and another pick here. Perfect timing user pick. Look at that. Wow. That's number 5. 5 interceptions for Elijah Spears. It is 38-14, and they're just going to run this one in, making it 45 points scored for the Golden Swarm. And as we jump ahead here, we got to throw one more highlight in. It's Spears. He's going to fire out to the left, and yeah, there's the 5th. That's the 5th interception. 5 picks today for Elijah Spears. I miscounted. I said his last one was the 5th. That one right there was the 5th. 45-14, final score. Your player of the game will be actually the running back. We didn't have to see a lot of those highlights for Onyekachi, the running back for the Golden Swarm. But you look at Spears' totals here. He's a freshman. He'll learn. He's an 83 overall. It's a lot different from James Novak. He's been around, right? He's a junior, 87. He's figuring this out. He's figuring this offense out. He's really relying on that running back, Onyekachi, and, of course, the receiver, Myron Kendricks. It seems like Northern Utah is starting to turn the corner just a little bit, kind of understanding their playbook, understanding who's who, the players that they want to utilize in that offense. So they might be a team to watch out for here, might be able to turn this season around just a little bit after a couple losses here early on. But for Colorado A&T, first time that we've seen them in gameplay. We will see them a couple more times on the schedule. They do have users that they're going to be playing against, but you know, I don't really know what to think about them right now. Their defense didn't look too great. I think Northern Utah just sliced and diced them up. But again, when you throw 5 interceptions, it's 5 extra possessions that you're giving the opponent. So yeah, you're going to give up a ton of points when you do stuff like that. But for Spears, I think he was trying to challenge a little bit too much. It just seemed like he was forcing some throws that just really weren't there whatsoever. I'm not sure what he was actually looking at on some of those second level throws. He had one pick that was towards the sideline that led to a pick 6. But yeah, it just seemed like everything that he was trying to fire deep up the middle, it just really wasn't there. Towards the sidelines, those throws were perfect. Like he had the one from the 1 yard line, he had the another touchdown to Rashad Winfield. So he had 2 to Winfield in this game. And maybe that's something that they want to look at. How are we going to figure out how Elijah Spears is going to be able to throw up that middle and that second level of the defense that's not into coverage? Maybe he's too short. Maybe he can't see over his big offensive lineman down the middle. He can throw to the sidelines fine. When he gets out of the pocket, it's just funny. It's just weird. Anyway, let's move on. We've got the Bighorns, the University of Montana Rocky Bighorns. First time we've seen them in gameplay action against the Bellingham State Mighty Puffins. It's raining out here in the Washington State. You can see the offense so far. First half stats, 47 seconds of possession time for the Bighorns. So we know what the game plan is here for the Mighty Puffins. Just based on the first half stats and time of possession, we know exactly what they want to do. Run the football, not only just because of its field conditions, but they like to utilize their playmaker, Malik Hayes. They want to run that football. They don't want to be throwing INTs, namely like that one from Nick Padgett, the quarterback from the Bighorns, trying to fire out there to the right side. Going to be intercepted. Bellingham State taking possession here now, 3rd and 10, late second quarter. Kjeldsen rolling to the right, little rollout cheese. Hey, it's back. Touchdown, Mighty Puffins. They'll go up 14-0. Thanks to the interception, they get a little extra possession there. Minute 53, Padgett, 1st and 10, fires up the middle. Uh-oh, that's problematic. Down the 10, the 5, touchdown, Bighorns. Steinberg with the catch and run. Good for 75 yards, his first catch of the game. This one should have been picked off, and they had nothing but green going the other way. That should be 7 points for UMR, but instead it could be 3 for Bellingham State. So that could prove costly for the Bighorns. This one's just going to squeak through on that left goal post. Under 30 seconds left, 3rd and 17, so they got themselves in a tough spot there. Bellingham State will call a timeout, and they'll have enough time to potentially get another quick score here. Kjeldsen going to fire out to the right side, but it is picked off Broken off tackle, missed tackle here, and there's the pick six that they needed on the drive before. Touchdown, Bighorns. Pilford comes through with a 74-yard pick six. But again, it should be all tied up. It should be 14-14. Instead of giving Bellingham State the 3 points to take the lead on you, 17-14. Paget here, 3rd and 7. Early part of the third quarter. Jones going to come through with the sack. And, oh, we got a little chatter going on here. A little bad blood brewing here between these two schools. First down run. Again for Malik Hayes. 3rd and 7 again here for the Mighty Puffins. They'll pick up 4. 4th down and 3. Tough spot there. You're looking straight at the end zone, but they will go ahead and kick that field goal to go up by a touchdown. So a touchdown here for UMR and an extra point will get them up by 1. Pressure on Paget going to the end zone, but it's intercepted. Could be a big return. He got one man to beat, but he just can't squeak by him here down the sideline. That is Cornell Cruz with the INT. And again, that 6-point game with 4 minutes left to go. Hayes is going to take it to the right for a first down. 1st and goal here. They are chewing that clock. Here goes Hayes yet again. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Mighty Puffins. They're going to stake out here to a 12-point lead. So at this point, I think I'd probably just kick the extra point. Honestly, you go up by 13, that's still 2 scores, but they're going to try to go for the 2-point conversion here to go up by 14, 2 touchdowns to tie. Not the worst call in the world, but I just would have gone another route. They're going to get a victory here anyway. 26-14 is your final score. Bellingham State moves to 2-1 in the regular season, and it was behind a very efficient game by Case Keltson and a really great game by Malik Hayes yet again. Total offense there for Bellingham State, over 300 yards, but the defense for the Mighty Puffins stepped up in a big way, allowing UMR not to reach, not to eclipse 300 yards. It's a good game. 2 picks as well for Nick Paget, the quarterback for the Bighorns. They were shut out in the second half and in the first quarter. They could only muster up 14 points today, both those scores coming into the second quarter. So we take a look at the player stats here real quick. Again, just a very efficient day by Keltson. Did not throw a single touchdown. So again, their game plan in this game was to just run the football. Utilize Malik Hayes. Had 133 rushing yards today. A touchdown. 7+ average yards per run. I mean, the guy's a beast. Like, you got to use him. You got to utilize him. And he's only a sophomore. Especially with all those mental traits, you gotta keep running that offense through him. I think that they were very effective in doing that, of course, right? And their defense played well. It all just lined up for a good home victory over another Pac-16 opponent. Bob Tracer, Hillis Pickles, they got involved there in the receiving game, 2 custom wide receivers. And then defensively, you got Jones, of course, with the sack. We saw that big one that he had. And then, the defense just overall had a pretty darn good game, only giving up those 2 touchdowns. Of course, you had Cornell Cruz with the pick, and Epperson had the first interception of the game off of Nick Paget. So, yeah, good game for the Bellingham State Mighty Puffins. Looking at UMR, Paget, got to be a little bit better. 12 of 19, you can't really complain about that production, but 2 interceptions there. It could have been a lot better. Aminu Okafor wasn't really that effective. 7 attempts for 25 yards, 3.5 average yards per rush. That's obviously not going to cut it, not going to get it done. He's a senior too, so they're going to have to find somebody else in that backfield, I think, to take the reins here moving forward. They do like to run the ball, play action, more West Coasty. It's kind of like what UMR likes to do. Steinberg led the way for them in receiving yards. He's not a custom receiver, by the way. Just a CPU guy that I renamed. But 13 tackles for Justin Houston III. That is a custom player, guys. 13 total tackles. That's amazing. Great job by him. Unfortunately for the rest of his defense, they couldn't quite stop the running game for Bellingham State. Now, week 4 is straight up simmed, and I will show you guys just a few box scores here. I'm not going to totally like get way in the weeds with it, but what an upset here by OMI. OMI beats Fresno A&D by a point, 39-38. Santa Fe State will get a victory over Sedona State in a close matchup, but we scored 17 points in the fourth quarter and shut them out to win by 2. So I'm assuming that we were losing this game at one point. Actually, yeah, in the first quarter we were losing. Actually, at the end of the first half, we were losing 21-3. So all the damage that we did to come back and win this game was done in the second half. So it just seems like we're kind of like that, aren't we? We're kind of one of those teams that we have to make these second half adjustments, and then that's how we find ways to get victories. But receiving-wise, J.D. Weeks over 90 yards, Montero over 90 yards as well. Defensively, only had, let's see, how many tackles here? 9 for Freed, 6 for Granger, 2 tackles for losses. That's a little too close for comfort, you know? A little too close for comfort. Beating a team like Sedona State by 2 points. Russell Granger had a pick. Love to see that. But Sedona State did make a change at quarterback. So maybe that's why that they were a little bit more feisty against us. Trip Ferris did get the start here today. 204, 2 touchdowns, 18 of 31. So he did have his first start ever and played pretty admirably. I'd give him that. Quan Feebles, 7 catches for 103 and a score. Patterson, 3 catches for 20 and a score. Defensively, for the Coyotes, PK Cooper, Chandler Rico got a lot of tackles there with 7 tackles for loss. Kobe Johnson Jr. with 1 sack and a half there for Ahmed. Yeah, just really quick scroll there. Now, Colorado A&T, they do get a victory here out of conference against Troy. They gave up 19 points in the fourth quarter to allow them to come back, but they held on. Elijah Spears still has an interception problem. 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. And then you look at the rushing attempts. 20 attempts for DeAndre King. Cruz McAllister was actually the more effective back. So, I don't know. I think maybe they need to get away from the running game. I think they need to throw it more. That seems counterintuitive because Spears has that interception problem. But, yeah, when you're running the ball 20 times for, 50-some yards, that's obviously – you got some problems there. All right, so for LA Metro, we have not seen these guys in gameplay yet, but man, they scored a ton of points on the Anchorage Hawks. We haven't seen the Anchorage Hawks yet either. This is a team that's got a few custom players here that we haven't seen yet. Moses Waters III, Austin Pitbull, 2 of their really good receivers. Waters III had a really good game, 8 catches for 149 and a touchdown. And then defensively, yeah, a lot of tackles, a lot of points were scored for LA Metro. That means a lot of defensive opportunities there to make some plays. And Anchorage, no sacks, no picks. They just really didn't have it against a really tough team in LA Metro. Rocky Atkins, 3 touchdowns, over 300 yards, 64% completion percentage. Friday Mutton with 174 yards, 2 scores. Isaiah Warwick over 125 yards there and a score. So this offense is just really, really good. Jay Ballmer, the custom tight end, with a couple catches for him. He's very athletic. Defensively, they're just a good team, man. They're probably still the team to beat. Like, I know we talk about Albuquerque, we talk about Fresno A&D being a really solid squad, but I look at LA Metro, and again, I just think that they've got all the talent. They're gonna be tough. Whoever gets them in gameplay, they're gonna be tough. Now UMR, again, that offense just seems to be kind of just stagnant a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if they need some extra spark. They need a playbook change. I don't really know what to do with these guys because they've got some decent players. Like when you scroll through their overall ratings, but they don't have any punch. You know what I mean? They don't have any electricity. No lightning in a bottle. So I think that's something that they're going to have to address in recruiting. Hopefully that they do that. Maybe that helps them out. But Daquan Sash, still, again, we saw him in gameplay having some really nice catches. Even after the catch, he's got that speed. Found a way to get open a lot against Albuquerque. It's a good player, man. It's a good player. So if we have to play Vegas State, he's going to be part of that game plan defensively. But in a losing effort, UMR still got that win, 21-20. 20. Now, this game, kind of crazy. Magic Hendricks threw for 5 touchdowns in this game. Deshaun Brooks, he's a 74 overall. I know that Kenya loves to throw to this guy, but it still happened in simulation. 10 catches, 4 touchdowns for Deshaun Brooks, 134 yards. It's unbelievable, man. He does it even in simulation. But I'm looking here. These guys had 3 interceptions off of Kenji Stranahan, quarterback for the Commando Ferrets. Evans, Pruitt, and Bob. Pruitt and Bob had 2 picks against us, the Roadrunners, in game. Jack Evans almost had 1. So I just don't know, like, why they lost this game. But when you look back at the box score, OMI scored 8 points in the 4th quarter. So that tells me that they had a touchdown, they went for 2. They went for the win, and they got it. Crazy. That's at least how I'm going to paint it. They could have had a field goal, 2 field goals and a safety, or 2 field goals. Yeah, 2 field goals and a safety. I'm not going to go down that road. That's how I'm going to paint it. They lost because OMI decided, we got this touchdown, we're going for 2. So you guys can come up with some scenarios in the comment section, and I'll take a look. But Idaho Tech loses to Multnomah State 31-21. We'll take a look over here at the numbers here for Multnomah State. But Chet Trask, the quarterback for Idaho Tech, didn't play all that bad. Defense came up with a pick, Earl Mayberry Jr., so he got involved. Oren Sparks, 1 interception, 4 touchdowns, 311 yards, 74% completion percentage too. Brad Hunt, 71 yards and 11 attempts. Cervantes Corsair, custom freshman right there, had a good game, 5 for 41. So yeah, I mean, Santa Fe State, I think we got a little lucky to get an in-conference win over this really tough Multnomah State Orcas roster. Getting them early on in the season, I think they're only going to get hotter, and I think they're going to be a tough team to beat moving forward. So in week 5, guys, this will be what we show in gameplay here next Thursday. So we're going to get North Pole against Santa Fe State. We got Multnomah State at Fresno, A&D. Bellingham State takes on OMI. Albuquerque hosts Colorado A&T. And Northern Utah will travel out to Colorado State. So we're going to get week number 5 next Thursday. Now, this is where the fantasy challenge will begin. So I kind of wanted to show you how these players were performing. What do their stats look like in sim? How do they play in gameplay? So I feel like you guys have a good idea now for how these players play. Who's who are the top performers, who produces, so on and so forth. So how the fantasy game is going to work. So in the Google form that I'm going to link right here, right now, in the comment section, in the description of this video, in Discord, I'll also post it on a community tab to kind of remind you guys to get your picks in. You're going to see a couple options. So for quarterback, here's an example. So for quarterback, you're going to have a tier 1 selection, and then you're going to have a tier 2 selection. You need to pick 1 quarterback in tier 1 and 1 quarterback in tier 2. Same thing with running backs. You'll pick 1 tier 1 running back, 1 tier 2 running back, so on and so forth. So that's how the game is going to work. So based on the production of the players that you chose, then you'll start earning points. It's the same thing that just works like for daily fantasy or any fantasy sports league that you're in. Yards equals points, touchdowns equal points, receptions equal points. And I've got a whole entire grid here that shows you exactly what's worth what, so that you can kind of make your picks with some knowledge behind it and some strategy and how that you form up your lineup. And the reason why we want to break it out by tier is so that you know who the elite guys are and that you want a piece of that action. And then that way that people just can't always just stack all the best players. We don't want to get into a salary format thing, because then you're starting to work with math and am I under budget, am I at budget, and so on and so forth. We don't want to do that. So we're just going to do it by tier for each position, by each player. Tiers are based on overall rating and production, current performance, right? So statistics that they have accrued up to this point. It's a week 5, but there's your matchups. Google form listed in the comment section, description, and in Discord if you'd like to play. Of course, these will be weekly, and these will also be totaled up at the end of the year so that we'll see who the grand prize winner is. Grand prize winner is going to win a mega prospect, which would be like a 80 overall freshman at that point. And you'll be able to rename that guy that comes in. You'll be able to choose the team that you want to go to, all that. So it'll be fun. It's worth it. It's worth channel points every week, but then the grand prize will be a yearly prize. So that's how we'll run the fantasy game. Now, moving on over here to the standings. You can see up on the board, LA Metro is 3-0 in conference. Albuquerque is 2-0 in conference. Those are our two undefeated teams in the conference right now. Santa Fe State, 3-1. Fresno A&D, 2-1. OMI somehow 2-1 at this point, but it's kind of a logjam there in the middle. Teams towards the bottom, you've got Honolulu College, Idaho Tech, Northern Utah, and Colorado A&T. So they got a lot of ground to make up. They got to pull off some upsets there with some teams at the very top. So we'll see how this all plays out in the next upcoming weeks, guys. Leave a like if you like this thing. I will catch you guys in the next one coming up here on Thursday night. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support here on this series and for the channel. I appreciate it, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. As always, thank you so much for watching, and peace.